on, man? It is your boy, baby, JoeNoJoseph, and I'm back at it again with another one, all right? Hey, come on. Today, baby. Today, I hope that clap wasn't crazy. I already know the mic's kind of close. My bad. Let me put her back a little bit. But today, we got the university student murdered. Murdered who? On campus, okay? Unsolved. But guess what we're doing today? Big solving, all right? We got the fellows on board. Okay, big chippers, a big freezy. We're about to listen to some theories. We're about to break this down. We're about to figure out exactly what's going on, all right? Don't forget, man, if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna need for you to get it together, okay? Also, we're live every day, baby. Big Daddy Twitch.tv/JoeNoJoseph, okay? Pull up. Pull up. Let's get it.
Anyways, sorry, man.
Bro,
again, you know how it is already. But
this man, bro, he say do say
meditating today. I figured it was better than sitting around doing nothing. So what's the case?
The case is
Freezy.
Zhao I Ching.
A young street cleaner came across a parcel of freshly butchered meat in the melting crust. But after taking it home to clean, the woman was shocked to discover, among the dozens of juicy cuts, a set of human fingers.
Oh.
Police said they had been carefully placed in plastic sacks or wrapped in blankets, scattered in locations around the city's namesake university. The body had been sliced.
But she found, wait, they were wrapped in blankets, but she found them? Oh, okay, but okay, she found the fingers, and then that probably made them go looking. That's probably what happened. Okay. Let's get back into this.
Up and dismembered in such a careful, professional manner. Investigators believe such dispatch could only have been the work of someone who knew what they were doing. Had she trusted the wrong person to drive her home? Or was she going to meet someone on her regular walks and pay the bitter price for her privacy?
Jesus. She was probably snooping and got capped. I feel like this is an easy cut. This is an easy case.
1996. These are awful.
You got to start minding your own business.
Read on notes, our research papers.
Not everyone was blessed with athletic genetics, but in any case, we have a case. A dismemberment case.
A dismemberment case.
Yeah.
By the way, we will give a warning, guys. This is
quite gruesome.
A bit of a gruesome one.
Yes.
So if you are watching this late at night, strap yourselves in, grab some popcorn, and
We good. Lights on. Lights on. We straight out here,
pretty
bro.
grim.
Yes, and also you can now listen to the Fellas Mysteries on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So the link is going to be in the description if you're watching on YouTube. Go over there, hit the follow button.
Go watch that.
On Apple Podcasts, is it?
Go watch that.
Yep. Leave us a review as well, because that actually does really help.
Big time. Give us a 5-star review, and we will be reposting the funniest reviews.
Hey, I need y'all to go put some reviews out that hoe, okay? I need you to say, hey, listen, this is the funniest shit ever, bro. And JoeNoJoseph sent me, okay? I need you to put that in there so that they know that Big Daddy is over here working.
You guys leave. So go ahead and check that out. Anyways, time to get into today's case, baby. Let's talk a little bit about the girl Zhao, right? Now, she was 19 years old, okay? And she was actually quite a shy girl.
Did you know her?
No, I can't say I did know her, Chip, but we're just going off of reports here.
Yeah.
Some research done here over at the Fellas Mysteries Institute. And she came from a modest family, okay? And she actually struggled to get into university. But the good news was that she did manage to get into university. She got into the University of Nanjing University Adult
That
Education
looks scary,
College.
bro.
Bit of a mouthful, but she got in, and that's
It's all covered up.
She actually hardly even spent 100 days at this university before the horrific event took place.
Oof. It started off with an argument. Now, the first claim is that she had an argument with the building's management and that she actually left the building. Now, the argument was about her roommates using up too much using electronic appliances in her dorm. She's got angry. She's left the dorm to cool down. She's gone on a walk. The second claim is that she actually had an argument with her roommates.
Okay.
The reason she had an argument with the roommates is because the building, or the management building, had decided to collectively punish the entire dorm. She's thought this is unjust, it's unfair.
Yeah.
Again, she's gone on a walk to cool down. And that's where we're at.
So the
She's
two
gone-
claims different.
People
is
be going
one,
on walks
the
to
first
cool
claim
down?
is that the argument was with the building's management.
Yep.
And then the second claim is actually
Damn,
no.
I'll be
the
getting
argument was
mad.
with the flatmates or the
Yes.
roommates, I guess.
Those
But
are
it
the
was
two claims.
it was all surrounding the use of too much electricity with the appliances.
And in
things
the
like that.
end, it's resulted on her going on a walk late at night. 9 days later, on the 19th of January, an elderly woman, a street cleaner, she finds a bag with what she thought inside of it was meat. Now, she's picked this bag up. She planned to actually take this home, clean it, and eat it. Now, that does.
Ew. Ew. What the hell? Clean it and eat it? Kind of weird shit was she on, bro? First of all, what I'm also trying to figure out is, at first, I thought for some reason when I saw the picture of like the little like kitchen area, I thought she walked in and like saw some fingers somewhere where she was picking up meat. You know what I mean? But she picked up a whole bag. Honestly, this is her fault. Something happened, bro. I'm not gonna say she deserved it, but this might have been her fault, bro. She was snooping. She stole somebody else's fingers and tried to eat them. I'm still trying to figure out, like, in what area of the world do we just pick up bags of meat off the ground and go try and clean them up and cook them? It has to be crazy. And she going to a university? I'm confused, bro. I'm confused. What? I answer your question, Jonah. Bro, I can't answer right now, bro. I'm in the middle of the video. We'll talk about it. I got you.
Does sound quite a
That
strange,
sounds rogue to
sounds
me,
like
Jim.
quite a strange situation off the bat. But first of all, she thought it was like leftover food that had been
Okay.
thrown out, and also she was, from the lower class, and this was considered back then quite a luxury for them. So she's found this meat, this to her.
Meat was just valuable.
This
back
was
then, wasn't it?
valuable to her. She's like, yeah, I can go home, clean this, and I can eat this for myself.
Yeah.
It's not until she's gotten to that, and what she's found in the bag is dismembered fingers, like a bunch of human fingers.
Yeah, that ain't the meat she was probably hoping for.
No, not at all.
So after that, she then goes ahead.
What type
and
of
gets
human
the
meat?
Police involved
They left that too open.
as you would. Her body was actually found in 8 different places, all located nearby the campus.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
was
like this was
pissed.
all
Lord
just
have
in
mercy,
one
I'm about
bag.
to
It was
bust.
separated and
Oh,
dotted
you
around the
freaks.
campus.
Different body parts in different bags, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, but her body was boiled, right, and cut into more than 2,000 pieces.
Damn.
That is, who's got the time for that?
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, that would take a lot of time to cut it up in 2,000 pieces. I don't.
Okay, first of all, she found a bag of fingers, so obviously they was down to just be chopping shit up anyway. You know what I'm saying? That was what they wanted to do. So, I mean, hey, and it was in China, bro, so they was probably sick with the knives. You know what I'm saying? The knife game was probably crazy, so that probably took 5 minutes.
I also kind of feel bad for the person that had to then go and count the 2,000 pieces as well. That is a pretty
That's not-
grim job.
That was obviously a rough
I'm
estimate,
not
bro.
quite sure he woke up that day,
Unraveling.
walked into work.
Ain't
and
no
thought
way
he
they
was
found
counting up
2,000 pieces.
2,000 pieces of human. That's
No,
pretty disgusting.
Unfortunately.
At the local Chinese,
someone
yeah,
had to
you're
do it.
wildin', Jack.
So we have some forensic and police reports, and they claim that the cuts on the bones seem to be from 2 different cutting knives.
See?
The intestines were only 2 internal organs that had not been boiled. And there was some key organs missing, and they were, in fact, the heart, liver, and spleen. Also, clothing intact, so maybe no violence, no, knife cutting.
I'm confused. What did they...
Was she kidnapped?
Why were they
No, maybe a
boiling the
little
body,
bit
though?
of-
Drugged.
Yeah, drugged
Yeah,
up.
yeah, because you would think, especially if it was violent, there would definitely be rips in the clothes, things like that. But this seemed all pretty.
Why was it boiled?
Yeah, like it's
I'm a
contained.
little lost in the
Contained,
sauce here,
yeah,
dog.
like pre-planned. No underwear found as well.
Okay.
Bit of just thought I'd add that one in there because you never know. Obviously, she was boiled, cooked after
Yeah,
she'd been cut up. Was
body
this
was cooked.
was this to possibly to get rid of evidence? I don't know if that's how that would work.
Uh-huh.
If you're boiling the body, is certain DNA
Yeah,
go?
it's definitely going to mess with things for sure. If you're boiling body parts, then yeah, definitely going to get rid of a lot of stuff that might tie you to the crime.
Yeah, and she'd also barely spent, like you said earlier, 100 days in the city. So it's kind of hard to believe that maybe she was, butchered for
had
her
enemies
personal
or-
reasons or
Had to-
something like that.
Yeah, we did speak about it earlier. She
Had to be some
definitely
wild
had
shit going
an
on, bro.
argument with either the building management or the roommates, but I'm not gonna lie, I just don't think that they would do something so gruesome off the back of an argument about using too much electricity.
Yeah.
It just the
make
sort of argument
line
doesn't
up.
really fit up with the crime. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's done anything terrible. She might have been annoyed, said something she didn't mean, whatever. But to retaliate with cutting someone into 2,000
pieces,
that
bro.
just doesn't
What?
really seem to fit. So I'm not quite sure that the argument that she had
Jesus.
prior to leaving that night had anything to do with the actual crime itself. The police shut down the campus as you would expect. They conducted an entire search and they found, like I said, 8 different locations with the body remains in it. They were near the main gate to the school. They found a bloody bedsheet wrapped around a severed head. Like I said, we did say this was a gruesome case, guys. In another location near a canal, they find a bloody sheet wrapped around a torso with bloody clothes folded nearby.
You are
folded. This seems really meticulous. This person was not in a rush, it
Yeah,
seems.
it's very precise.
Yeah, very precise. A complete outfit is there, including a red coat minus the underwear, which is missing. Strangely, though, the clothes have
Sounds like
no
some weird shit
details,
going
like I
on.
mentioned.
Period.
So,
Period.
yeah, this is interesting, and I don't know. There's a lot of theories going around. That's really like the crux of it.
It
in terms of what we
definitely
know.
has me thinking that she's been lured somewhere, she's been drugged, you know, the way there's no it seems like there was no panic, no ripped clothes, nothing, no markings like
And
that.
then when they've gone to put the different bags in different places, it all seemed like, first of all, they've got to find time to go to 8 different locations.
Yep.
They've also folded the clothes next to it. Shows
That could have been
it's not like
easy,
they
though,
just
'cause they
dumped it
could
in,
have
like, "Yo, I need
just-
to get rid of the body quick.
Everybody that was involved could have just took a bag or something with them and left. You know what I mean? Even though there was only 2 knives involved, it could have been a lot of people. Like, they took shifts. Like they said, it could have took time. So I don't know. I'm still thinking it wasn't that long though, and I think it was only one guy that did the cutting. But they could have handed it off to a bunch of different people, and that's their way of like not getting caught because of the fact that they dispersed the body so well. You know?
Quickly. Again, we mentioned it earlier. 2,000 pieces. That is not
That
something
take-
you
yeah.
can't just do that in an
That
hour or
takes
2
some-
hours.
That takes some time.
Yeah, and the time, and then also skill as well. I know that sounds silly, but seriously.
I mean, if you're good, if you're
I
just
wouldn't
out here
recommend
cutting
going
up
to try
bodies, I feel like it shouldn't
but I
take you
can
that
imagine-
long. It shouldn't take you that long. Why the underwear? I mean, if you're cutting up bodies, then obviously, if you're into some weird shit. So I mean, don't even question why the underwear is gone. I mean, let's be honest. What do you think? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think?
Cutting a body into 2,000 pieces takes some sort of skill.
Yes.
Whether it be a butcher, a surgeon.
I feel like it has
something like that.
to be a butcher.
Maybe.
There's
Some
no
people
other
claim- now,
no
before
other
she went
question about it.
missing, there was 2 suspicious men walking around the university campus, and one of the men was carrying a bag similar to the one found near Zhao's body.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But nothing's really come from this though, so I'm not really
It's
sure
just a
where
bit of
we can take
hearsay.
that.
It's almost like a rumor,
Yeah,
right?
it's a little bit like, oh, I spotted a guy with a bag that's similar. It doesn't look like anything's come from it. No follow-up.
Yeah.
You know.
There was one suspect though, and he was a medical student. Again, tying into what I said about this is going to take someone with a bit of skill, a surgeon,
Precision, yeah.
exactly. It was a
yeah.
medical student, but there wasn't enough evidence.
I mean, I've seen Dexter, so I know you can do
Again,
it pretty quick.
a little bit far-fetched. I mean, there's not that much information on this. It's like, okay, well, why did they bring them in? We don't really know. All we know was there was one suspect.
Yeah, and the cuts on the body were precise cuts as well.
Yeah.
Which did lead some people to believe that it had to be someone in the kind of field where you might have experience with, you know,
Cutting bodies,
yeah.
cutting some sort of meat.
Yeah.
Again,
I was
goes
like,
back
it's
to
a butcher.
anything,
Only,
anything
yeah, the
like
only thing
that.
it could be
Now,
is a
unfortunately,
butcher.
At this time, China's police actually behind in forensic science. Okay?
They weren't up to date. They
Not-
didn't have the latest tech.
Not up to date. Now, they did attempt to take blood samples, but they couldn't pull anything from the remains. And they did actually find blood that wasn't Zhao's.
Okay.
Very interesting, but even if they were able to pull that DNA, it wouldn't have mattered because in 1996, China were not using DNA tracing yet. So they wouldn't
What?
even got anywhere.
Do you guys know that in like the 1990s? So in the 1990s, they were cloning goats in the 1990s, but China wasn't using DNA tracing technology. What? What the fuck is going on?
Pain.
Yep.
But my big thing is, can they not take it now?
I mean, that is a great point.
Yeah, can they not take it now and do it? Like, surely.
Is that DNA still about? It
Well,
should
that's
be.
the thing.
It's gotta be. Where else would it? It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
It's like nowadays, is that still
Neo.
viable DNA?
Hey yo, go ahead and redeem that prime,
Forensic
cutie.
Don needs to let us know.
To be fair, in 2020, the police in the region, they actually ended up managing to clear about 13 different cases. They managed to solve them just by going back and using the technology that they have now on those cases before. So they actually managed to solve a bunch, but this one, unfortunately, still not solved.
Maybe they're in the process right now. We hope so.
Fingers crossed. It
I
would
mean,
be
if,
nice.
if that was only in 2020, it was only a year ago.
Yeah, 2021 now.
Maybe some progress will be made soon, hopefully. Let's talk about some of the theories. Now, we got one
hopefully.
here called the Black Mass Theory, and it's based on a blogger named Black Mass. Now, in June 2008, he made some points.
He
and
named his
claims
theory
that
after himself?
She was a lonely person, and that she, quote, must have had some hobbies. And she had a specific route that she walked home, and on that route it was made up of...
Bro, it was like 3 characters on the screen. He said all that. He said all that in those like three letters. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Stalls selling
Crazy.
films, CDs, stuff like that. Got another quote for you here. Many people have a misunderstanding that people who listen to rock or heavy metal must be extroverts and their clothing bizarre. Actually, people who listen to this music are exactly those most introverted. He then puts forward a theory that Zhao
They got
might be
Korean
brought in
rock
by
music?
them stalls playing that kind of music. She's gone in, made
What?
friends.
What, like rock, goth type?
Yeah, so she's
music?
found people that listen to similar stuff, similar
right.
hobbies, whatever. She's been drawn in. Maybe she's made friends, maybe as far as a relationship. And the blogger actually puts forward his theory of maybe she was killed in a ritualistic manner. And then I've got a quote here, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure on this one, but his quote is, claiming her soul to keep.
So what Black
I mean, yeah, you gotta do what you
Mass
gotta
is
do.
essentially saying here is that because she was into this heavy metal rock goth type of music, that on her way home she sort of got tied up with someone that worked maybe at the stall or whatever, or met someone there, and it turns out that person is just some
psycho killer.
twisted killer, that because they're into rock music as well,
Yeah,
they've gone and killed her in a really weird and, like you said, ritualistic way.
Nah, this
Is
theory
reflective
sucks.
of the music she listened to.
Next.
Now,
Next.
it is a reach.
Next.
I
I
think
mean,
this is a super big reach.
Just because you listen to like, heavy
Next.
metal rock music doesn't mean that you're like into rituals and
Yeah.
satanic stuff like that. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I guess in some of the music. they
Bro,
might
he
point
named it
towards that
after
stuff, but I
himself.
don't know. He
Why
sounds
are we
like a massive
even
Yeah, but that's the
reading
thing,
this?
there's no real evidence here except for the fact that she was into that sort of music. Like, I feel like they've skipped so many steps and they've failed to provide much evidence really as to why this would be the case. Obviously, with it being ritualistic and there being some missing organs and things like that, part of the body, did this person keep them? Were they a cannibal? Did they want to actually eat the organs and then left the bits that they didn't like? I don't really know.
Maybe.
Is that part of the ritualistic? But the theory just skips over too much stuff to the point where even I'm speculating massively now about the theory, which was already speculating massively. So I'm not the biggest fan of this theory.
Dude,
Cap right now,
yeah.
I'll put it on.
I know you see me standing here.
It's not a cap, son.
What is that?
It's a hat.
Got him. Got
Next
him.
theory, the
Got
black
'em.
market theory. Now, this theory came to light in 2011. And on the 9th, there was a historic event that took place at Nanjing University Medical Campus. And that
Nanjing,
event it was the first ever intestine transplant done in China.
Okay.
Which is really interesting because if we remember, the intestine was the only organ that wasn't boiled, but the rest of it was all boiled. Okay.
Yeah.
And what they claim was by boiling.
Is anybody
the
else sick?
Bits, it was actually getting rid of any trace of anesthesia, right? So by boiling it, did they kill this young girl?
So that's how they were able to sedate her,
That
bro.
body part and use it in this historic event, this medical thing, right? Now, another thing that sort of goes along with it that they claim supports this theory is the fact that the university never released the origin of this intestine. So they never said, oh, by the way, guys, just so you know, the one that we used in this transplant is from here. They never came out and said, so they wanted to keep it to themselves.
So they
for whatever
stole
reason,
Shorty's
okay?
organs?
The claim was that the police actually shut down the investigation because they didn't want bad publicity surrounding this event. Right?
Oh, that's crazy.
Now,
that's
the reason
crazy.
why the university might have not come out and said is sometimes it could be due to the wishes of the family of the person that it was, or maybe the person themselves said, look, you can use it, but just don't say it was from me when they pass away. Whatever it is, they didn't want to say where it was from. For whatever reason. There's probably loads of different reasons. Right?
So the university was willing to kill a young girl to get her organs just for this medical historic event.
That's hard to believe.
Transplant to go ahead. Is that not a bit wild?
It is.
That's
It
a
is.
bit mad,
let
my
one of
friend.
their students, like,
That's a
die
bit
so
mad.
they can do a transplant?
I don't actually know, but it goes a little bit deeper. And this next part of the theory is maybe I'm not too on board with, but we'll go into it anyways. Now,
this was just more interesting. It definitely is very hard to believe, Altoid. It's just a lot more interesting, and it could happen. Like, I guess it's because it's more believable that we think that, you know, you big companies and stuff like that are hiding things and doing weird, shady work. So that's why, well, I can't say we, I think that, so, because I'm the one giving the opinion. But yeah, so, hey.
Later in 2011, the brother,
Big Daddy Knee.
right,
Thanks,
of the
baby.
surgeon who performed that operation actually ended up committing suicide. And a lot of people are saying that the brother knew and that he couldn't sort of handle the guilt. He couldn't hack it. And so he killed himself.
Oh, no,
Now,
about all that.
I just think that it is a big reach. Like, you know, this is the brother of the surgeon. I feel like people kill themselves, unfortunately, for a wide range of reasons. And I would say that it's more of a coincidence that it was just linked to the brother of it. I think you're just trying to find stuff to make it fit in this particular scenario.
And why would they leave
Hello?
the rest of the body splattered around campus in different bags if you just actually wanted to harvest the organs for your event? You're not then going to go and place the whole body parts and be like, look, dead person.
Yeah, on our campus, first of
Yeah.
all. You'd go and you'd chuck it somewhere miles away.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, it was almost because with the 8 different things all dotted around the campus, that is someone that wants you to find it.
But then again, too, it almost seems like it could be that they, what do you call it? It seems like it could be that it could have been on some cult shit. And it could have just been everyone that was there took something with them. Or if it was on the university side, the university could have just been like, hey, we're going to dispose of these body parts in all different locations. You know what I mean? I feel like they're spending too much time talking about like how long or how everything was spread out. I feel like that was like, that's how it should have been. You know what I mean? I don't know. Not like that it should have happened. You know what I mean? Joe should go to cool. Somebody timed Daz out for that dumbass comment he just put in there. That Jesus. What?
Right? What do you think? I mean, I feel like if you didn't want someone to find it, you'd put it in 8 places miles away.
Yeah, this person wanted, whoever did this crime, whoever killed this lady, wanted the police, you know, whoever to find the body parts, wanted it to be known. Look at me, I did this. 2,000 pieces.
If it was this university that did it, why even bother leaving the clothes there then? Why not just dump the clothes, get rid of the clothes, burn the clothes, do whatever you need to do?
I don't like this one.
No, I don't like that. Now,
it's not my jam.
A theory as well, especially back then, was that a lot of the time what people would do is they would, it was sort of like organ harvesting.
Yeah.
So it was like a black market for organ selling.
Dark web.
Yeah, and this is like a serious thing.
You can sell a kidney for like
peas.
250K.
Exactly.
And you only need one.
So the main thing
you can sell a kidney for 250K? Dead ass?
Kill them. Use
what the fuck am I doing with my life?
The body. Sell
I can go sell a kidney,
make loads
nigga?
of money. I mean, you get, like you said, there's a lot of money to be made in this thing.
That's a house deposit, man.
But, mate, over there, that is a few house deposits for sure.
And I only need one kidney, right?
Well, mate, nobody wants your kidney, that's for sure. Your kidneys have been through some shit. Nobody's gonna have Chippo's kidney.
Listen, I'll do 50% off. Anyone need a kidney?
I'll do 50% off.
Sold for 50% off.
Now, his next 2 theories are from Reddit, from a user called Love to Clarkson. And they are, they're not bad theories. We've got the Killer Gao theory. Now, he was Bayan's own version of Jack the Ripper, or that's what they called him anyway. Okay. Gao Chen-yong. And he is linked with multiple murders from 1988 to 2000.
That looks like the guy that dressed up as his daughter and snuck out of prison. You know what I'm talking about?
And mutilated 11 women. Now, whilst he and stabbed the victims to death, he actually removed the reproductive organs, hands, breasts, feet. All of his victims were women dressed in red.
Remember the red coat.
That's why I like this one. It's a little bit of a good link. Anyway, he would identify the women, stalk them, and then attack them near their homes. Now, the user does go on to say why she thinks it's very similar to what happened to the victim, Zhao. But there are differences. The user says all the known crimes from this murderer occurred in Bayan, Gansu, or Batu, Inner Mongolia, which are quite far from Nanjing.
It's not close.
So it's not close. So that's the first point.
But what I would say regarding that is the fact that you've already named 4 places there. What's to say he didn't just go ahead and add another place?
But my geography is not on point. Are they 4 places that are right next to each other?
Sure.
Is that Shoreditch to Hackney?
Yeah, or is it Birmingham
is it
to
yeah.
Dover?
No one knows.
Good point.
They're really not helping on this.
Gao was
at all.
also caught through family DNA tracing. And
Not
was
them,
arrested in
the people who
2016
made
when
this
he confessed
fucking
to 11
bullshit
murders.
theory.
Right.
He was executed in January of 2019, but the user couldn't find any reporting on if his DNA was compared to the blood taken in the Zhao Eiqing case. Remember, blood was pulled from the body.
This is like the most questionable one they've done, I feel like. This is definitely the most questionable one. I feel like all the other ones had pretty decent theories to go along with stuff, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that could have been very plausible. This shit seems like they just have literally no idea what the hell happened to this girl, bro. No, like literally no clue. They're just like, we have no, like, I'm just confused at how they can just find a bunch of boiled bodies and not know what the fuck is going on. Like, at that point, I think they need to just start going house to house, like, hey, we need to search some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen. There's some weird stuff going on, okay? Jesus.
But at the time, DNA tracing didn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't find anything on that, unfortunately. Maybe it's in the works. Who knows? But that is the theory.
And what's unfortunate is we're never actually going to be able to ask Gao now.
Because he's been executed.
It was executed in 2019.
It was executed, huh?
But he did confess to 11 murders. Would he not confess
to that one in particular?
Maybe he thought if he confessed to one more, he might get away with not dying or being executed.
No, he did. He did.
Yeah, I know, but maybe at the time it was a case of.
No, mate, you're reaching. You're trying to link it too much, bro. You're trying to make it. It's no.
Well, if you confess to 11, would you confess to more?
I would.
Yeah, you would just confess to all of them. You know, 100%, bro. Look, if you've confessed to 11, it's not like, oh, well, the marker's 12. If you kill 12, then you're definitely going to get executed.
Yeah, okay,
Mate,
yeah.
Once you get past
I don't
1 or 2,
I don't
you're on
know
the ropes.
I don't know the rules over there.
Yeah.
You're on the
Maybe it
ropes.
was 12.
No, yeah, I mean, it could have been, but I don't know.
The only main link there, I guess, is the time period and the red dress.
Yeah, the red dress is an interesting one. Not only that, but they looked at the lady as well, at night and being close to their home. She obviously left her accommodation. She was angry. She went out for a walk.
Yeah.
She never came back after that.
He stalked his victims.
She would have been close to her accommodation.
Yep, it's true. She was just on a walk.
Next theory is the Ling Chi Theory. Now, this theory is all about an ancient technique that they used to use in the early 1900s and before that as well, which was all about using 1,000 cuts, right? That was it. And you can imagine being cut 1,000 times is absolute torture, okay? And ultimately, it results in death. So we know that the body was cut into 2,000 pieces. That's obviously certainly in line with that. But the thing is, this is very much like a barbaric thing. It was used in ancient times. It was formally sort of banned in 1905.
A little.
That's how old we're talking here. This isn't like a recent thing. And it was just extremely rare. This isn't something that would ever happen. I feel like what they've done is they've gone and looked to try and find, like, why is this body being cut up?
Maybe we Googled some shit.
Hold on a second. They used to cut people loads back in these times. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was like a ritualistic thing, and they tied it back into that ancient thing. But I don't know. I don't really like this Ling Chi theory just because I feel like, again, it's a bit of a reach.
They're linking a torture method from 1905, like it's
To that.
1996,
For
90
what
years
reason?
later.
And what's the
I
motive?
mean,
What
they
is the-
still
what's
ain't
the
fucking
reason for it?
progressed in
Where's
90
the
years, so I
evidence
mean,
for it?
could be plausible.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I'll be
Yeah,
honest
I'm not with that one. So I've got a quote here from Reddit, some interesting.
Oh,
little
it's
bits.
always good to know that with anything taken from Reddit and these things, a pinch of salt is always needed.
I tell you what, I respect Reddit users. They're
I love
hustlers.
it.
They're
And
grinders.
they are grinders.
They
And
come with some good info sometimes.
Absolutely. Spin it. What we got, Chip?
Anyway, quote. As her parents travel into the city, police aren't playing around. They conduct chemical blood tests on all students known to Zhao and all known offenders nearby the college. They search every stall on Market Street, they check every commercial kitchen near the college, and they conduct over 10,000 in-person subject interviews. I will say, however, that I have no idea what the range of nearby is. It could be 5 miles, could be 10, could be 50. It's just never specified in English or Mandarin. So
So they
that's
did
a bit of
all
info
that
for
and
you
they
right
found
there.
shit?
They weren't playing. They
To
were
be
actually
fair,
doing a good job.
yeah.
from
What I was
sounds
gonna
like.
say is, you know, me and Chip, we like to get
Cap.
onto the police.
All that was
but
cap.
It sounds like, I mean, bro, they had 10,000
All of that was cap.
interviews. That is so many interviews.
Yeah, Chinese
Cap.
police weren't playing.
No, they were keen
Cap.
to find this. So, you know, any sniffs of corruption, I'm
Don't know.
not
No,
too keen
it's
on.
looking like they're doing they're doing good work at the moment.
To keep you guys up to date with the latest on the case, it is important to note that the university did in fact reimburse the family with the tuition fees, which
Well, you
I
really would hope so if
You
she's
wo-
not being able to finish university.
yeah, I mean, I think it would have been a bit harsh to
That is
keep
the
the
least
money.
you can do.
Yeah, exactly. The task
bare
force
minimum,
in charge
right?
of the case as well decided to quietly dissolve the case, let it just slowly die out, and then the press stopped releasing.
Bro, it's easy, bro. This was a setup by the government, bro. China, whatever, whatever the fuck happened. No disrespect intended. They set the shit up. They killed this girl. Obviously, there was some weird shit going on. They were doing some type of testing or something. And that's what happened. That's why they can't figure it out. There's no way they interviewed 10,000 people and nobody said nothing. There's no way. There's no way. It makes zero sense. This whole case is BS. All right, I've solved it. There you go. Boom. On the fucking scene, baby. Okay.
Stories about
Jesus.
it. So
Okay.
they really just, it was a slow bleed into nothing.
Yeah.
On January 20th, the police actually came out and gave a statement, and they wanted to say that the statute of limitation, aka, if you don't know what that is in some places, once you commit a crime, they have a certain length of time afterwards to essentially prosecute the person for the crime. But what they did is they sort of waived that, and they said, look, no matter at any point that we find this person, they will pay for this crime.
Yeah.
So if it's been 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, however long, if we find this person, they will get punished for it, which is good. I think so. In such a horrible crime like this,
100%.
it needs to be dealt with.
Amen. Now, the family of Zhao has launched a lawsuit against the university for failing in its duty of care of Zhao, of course.
Yeah.
The parents believe that the university unfairly punished Zhao for, her roommate's use of the electronic appliances,
Like we
which we
spoke
spoke
about at the
about.
beginning.
The family is suing the university for roughly around 250,000 American dollars, funeral fees, and other damages.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, another thing to definitely note is the fact that the family, to this day, have not been given access to their daughter's body. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I can't imagine, we saw some images, there are some images floating around there that we, if you guys are squeamish or...
I wouldn't recommend.
I wouldn't recommend, and if you're watching this at night, certainly don't take a look at it, but, it's not nice. But it is important to note that the family haven't been allowed. There's
see
one
the
thing
body.
that's saying like, oh, actually, I don't want to see, but they should surely at least be allowed to look, and that is a little bit weird.
That's how you
Maybe
know it's
they
just
have their
fishy,
reason
bro.
For it, but
That's how
I'm
you
not
know.
aware of it.
Now,
I feel
another
like
thing
that's
we
how
should
you
mention
literally
here
know
is
it's just...
Zhao's family, obviously, as soon as she's gone missing, they should have been informed, 10th of January.
Yeah.
That's not the case. Zhao's family was notified 9 days later after the police had found the body.
After they
After they had found, mutilated body That's when they found out. So she goes missing on January 10th.
The family didn't get notified for 9 days.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my mom
Crazy.
would flip her lid if it was even 2 days of me being missing. I would expect someone to be telling my mom,
Yeah.
yo, by the way, your son is missing.
I know
This
we
is
said
a
earlier
cut
that
and
police
dry
were doing good
case,
work,
bro.
but that
Cut
right
and
there,
dry.
that ain't good.
This is a
The
cut and
family
dry
lawyer
case, dog.
has
Cut and dry.
actually come out and really just questioned the university more than anything and said, look, guys, did you fail when it came to caring for Zhao?
Yeah.
Was there, could this have been sort of stopped? Would she have been killed if the parents or the people were notified that she was missing? All this sort of, the lawyer is obviously doing their job and asking questions. And that's really where we're at with this. It is unsolved, and we'd love it for you guys to give us your theories as well.
Yes, please leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. If you've got any, even extra bit of it.
This one was kind of a sleeper. I'm not gonna cap to you.